Hey, Ron Hooker, this is Paul. I have your plywood pieces laying out here. I'm in the middle of another job when I was asked to do the video, and I got my gloves on. Anyway, in the middle of another, I got the contour. This is a contour gauge, and this is the contour of the deck of the North American, of the Sugarloaf. So it's the contour of this side of the deck, okay? And that contour is laid out. I just got it laying over a piece of 8x4 plywood that we're using for a transom for another boat. This is not your plywood, okay? But what it does show us is that I can get one side of the deck out of an 8x4, and I can get the part that goes over the seat, the front seat back, and the part that goes on the gunnels. I can't remember if that's on which side of the front seat back that goes on. And then, oh yeah, here it is. This is and the piece that goes on the front of this. I can get all those out of one piece of plywood. So that means I can get the two pieces of plywood. I can do the decks on the boat. I also noticed back here that someone had replaced this for you earlier. This is clearly the Philippine mahogany grain. You can see it's fairly large compared to the grain of the piece that they used for the replacement. The replacement piece, the grain is very similar. It's got ribbon stripes, just like the original. Has ribbon stripes, okay. This one is sapele, just like what I'm proposing that we use for the grain or for the decks of the boat. This is a piece of sapele, just a scrap that I have. This is Philippine mahogany, it's original. This is sapele. Now, I can get the sapele in a 1/16 inch veneer layer. So that stuff is it's $299 a sheet. So I can get it in 1/16 inch. It's $199 a sheet, I guess it is, or it was $174. Some reason 174 is kind of mine, but don't hold me to the numbers. But I'm just giving you order of magnitude. So to do it in a 1/16 inch grain is about $300 a sheet. To do it and that'll be plus shipping. No matter how many sheets I buy, it's about $125 for the shipping. And so if I do the sapele in the 1/42 inch veneer, that sapele is about $175 to $200 a sheet. So now I have found a place in California that says they will make the Philippine mahogany for me. However, they have not got back to me with a price. They said the price would be between $200 and $500 a sheet. So I wanted to give you an update on that. It does fit on two sheets. We've got that figured out. Also, let's see, what's the other update I've got? Your plywood that was made, of course, on a male mold that looked like a boat. I'm going to go past your boat here. Well, actually, I can do the same thing. I can do it right here. Your plywood, the Wolverine Wagemaker, had 3 layers, 3 plies. So we see grain running one direction here, and we see that there's a next layer. You have 5 layers, and you can see the 1 layer, 2 layer, then you're looking at the edge of the third layer on top of my fingernail, and then, well, that looks like you only have 4, but you got 5 layers. So I'm definitely pretty much dead on with the estimate of how long I think it's going to take to lace this in. We're going to start with the keel, and we're going to be putting this on a roll-around stand tomorrow, and we're going to use the rotisserie device to actually hold the front up and hold it into position. Also, I wanted to confirm, this is one of your plywood floorboards, and I have another plywood floorboard, so I guess this is 3/8 of an inch. So the very back floorboard, we talked about how I place it in, but I guess I didn't realize I was supplying the materials for it. Oops, very back floorboard. I guess I didn't realize I was supplying the materials for it. Not a big deal. Matter of fact, if I'm not supplying the materials for it, if that's something you've got, and just didn't get it brought down here, then, you know, I don't need that today, but I do want to know if I need to order 3/8 plywood for that, because if so, it can pretty much ride along for free with this expensive stuff. So, whichever expensive stuff you use, whether it's the 1/42 inch, which I do not recommend, absolutely do not recommend using that, or if you use the 1/16 inch veneer, that's the $300 sheet stuff. That's probably what you want to use. And then, okay, so that's pretty much our update for today. And I know it doesn't look like progress. My time has been spent on the phone I'm actually trying to find somebody, since you have 3 layers, or 5 layers instead of 3, then these layers are 50 thousandths. 3 of the layers are 50 thousandths of an inch, and 2 of the layers are 75 thousandths of an inch. So interesting that all the layers would not be the same dimension, but they're not. So I'm trying to find somebody that have that veneer, that can slice that veneer for me. So and I think I've got somebody that can do that as well, but I'm still waiting on pricing and availability of the right species. So anyway, we're working away at getting prepared to properly do the job. Thank you, sir.